All right, we are live. Let me put this. Yep, there we go. Put this right here. We'll make sure everyone can hear. Oh, I'm so tired, you guys.
And it's only the first week.
Please, for y'all.
Oh.
This is week 1 of 3. We're going to do this one. I was going to do 613, but I feel like everybody...
It's not worth it.
Yeah. I feel like it's not worth it. I feel like maybe 617 for Colton and Charlie just to see that nonsense go down. This
is going to make me mad, though.
Yeah. The last 10 minutes of 619. And then 620. And then I'm good. We have so much to talk about, you guys. It's not even that this episode was a mess, because we knew it would be a mess. It's that 6 years in, they're still this much of a mess.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't care. And they don't have to care. I'm so tired. Hold on. One of my friends is having a fit because
the ass box is beside itself right now. I just want everybody to know.
It's crazy. I can't even look at it. I'm like, well,
I know. Like, I looked at it and I was like, and next tab, because woo.
So look, the studios are already trying to spread this around that Dylan O'Brien really said about time when he heard Studio was going to happen. But that's not what happened. Jeff said that one of them, Jeff said that one of them said about time, which I actually think was Holland. And I think she was being real snarky about it. And the other said, really? Which sounds like a Dylan thing to do.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, but they like to sell that Dylan's the biggest Stydia fan, and so they'll twist around whatever words to do that.
Dylan does not care about Stydia, but Dylan doesn't care about the show. So, oh my God, Game of Thrones is tonight. I just saw that, like, Jon Snow, Euron, Dany, and Sir Davos, and all this other stuff we're tweeting. And that I'm not going to be able to work till tomorrow. I do love that Styles is tweeting. Teen Wolf is still tweeting too, but we knew that would happen. I'm not confused about that. Okay.
You mean trending?
Huh?
You mean trending?
What'd I say?
Tweeting.
Okay, thank you. I'm telling y'all, my mind is crazy, and I'm tired.
They probably are still tweeting, though. They're trying to get their numbers up. They're tweeting literally everything.
I love...
Oh, yeah.
Every time I see them do more and more to try and get more and more people on, I love it because I love them being like, hold on. I love them being like, oh, it's not for ratings. They just want it to go out with a bang, and no one cares about ratings. And I'm like, okay. Hey, Shinny Boo.
Except, like, the ratings on this show are going to be determining whether or not Jeff Davis gets his other shows made,
exactly.
So.
And I feel like, hey, Tori Marie, I feel like this one is going to get the ratings, but I feel like next week is not. Yeah.
Well, for one thing, he tried to say that Styles and Derek were both going to be in 611, and granted, they technically both were, but Styles was in for, 2 minutes, and then Derek was...
Well, first of all, we already called...
footage.
Yeah, we called Styles being in there, like, a couple of seconds, and I called that it was going to be a phone
call. Right, but you know how many people were like, oh my God, he's in 611, I'm going to watch.
Well, they're saying that about 6B. He's going to be in all of 6B, and I'm going to watch... And no, he was a special guest star for this episode. He's probably never going to show up in the other credits. And then that's why when Jeff tweeted that, oh, you're going to see Derek, but in a way that you might not expect. And then they showed that old season 1 footage. Because I was like, North Carolina, what are they talking about? And then I was like, oh, they're trying to act like this is new.
Yeah, they want us to believe that season 1 footage is brand new footage of him in North Carolina.
Running away from Brayden.
And then did you see how much they zoomed in on his Triskelay to let you know it was Derek Hill?
In case we didn't already recognize the footage from season 1, they need to make sure we saw it zoomed in 6 times.
I was like, as soon as, hold on, someone said that they were having an issue. As soon as Styles spit out that water that he was holding in his mouth for a good long time. And I'm like, how come they couldn't fix this take? Because he literally took a sip and then the teacher kept talking and talking and talking. And then Styles looks up. And this whole time he has this huge thing of water in his mouth just so that he can do the spit take. And I'm like, why? Whose choice was this? But yeah.
Jeff, remember he said in the Twitter Q&A, like his favorite part of 611 was the very last scene, and they had to shoot it afterwards.
Yep.
And add it in. And I told you it was going to be that scene.
Yes, and that specifically it was because they probably didn't have Hecklin back yet in order to add
They didn't
him
even
in.
know if they had Dylan back at that point, I don't think.
Yeah, who knows?
Because they filmed like through almost 16 or 17 before they even announced that they had him back.
And then speaking of which, Scott had that voicemail, which means that he did not call Styles back. So Scott's just like, I wonder how my friend is doing. We have so much to talk about. The HAD podcast. Spreaker. Jeff Davis is a dick. Is not a gift. Jeff Davis is a dick. I don't even know what to ask the HAD podcast. Y'all, so tired. Okay. Where's Cole? I need him to come out the woodwork. Oh, well. Okay, so let's see. Did we get more people? Hey, Hysterical. Hey, Milky. All right. So, I wish it would show. Like, it shows me how many followers. I wish it would show how many people. I guess. I don't know. That's weird. Hey, Aiden. All right, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Beacon Hills After Dark. Sunday night edition. Jesus. Hey, Juicer. Blue Baby, thanks, Dirk. I, of course, am Sticky Keys. To my right is Scruffy Steric. Say hi.
Hi, guys.
Yay. To her right is our involuntary permanent co-host who's doing a little bit of gaming on the side. It's Ethan. Say hi, Ethan.
Emphasis on the involuntary tonight.
Yes.
But, yeah, I'm here. Hi.
We're so happy to have you here. Freaking, what was I going to say? I'm so tired, Ethan. I'm so tired. This show has worn me out. I was so unaffected. I was watching and I was just like, I don't care. I don't care even a little bit. And then their whole thing, like, they had a Rat King, and I was, first of all,
I was so mad when they did that. Oh my
rats,
God.
exactly. The rats that they had in the classrooms were all like clean, cute little like Ratatouille rats. And so it was just like, okay, why is everyone, freaking out? I thought that they were just like science rats. And that's literally the point that I came in on. Because I was on the phone. I was working, and so I was a little bit late. And so I missed... Does anyone... Amanda, what happened with Malia in Paris? Why does she want to go to Paris? How did that even start?
Oh, it was between her and Lydia, and they were like... Lydia was saying that Liam called and wanted her to go help them because of all the dead wolves they found, because there was just like a field of dead wolves in the beginning.
And there are no wolves in
and so she was
California,
like, I don't want to...
right? there are no wolves in California. Are they still going with that?
Well, it was like, it's that lacrosse scene where that wolf comes on the lacrosse field, and then like Scott and Liam follow into the woods, and then they find just like a ton of dead wolf bodies.
Oh.
Just out of nowhere. Huh. So like, that was supposed to make sense. So apparently Liam wanted help from Malia, because she used to be an animal, so she knows about animal stuff. And she didn't want to go help, because she doesn't want to do any animal stuff anymore. She wants to go to France and find French guys. And it kept popping up on the screen. Her flight was like detoured or something. So apparently she was like, has a flight to Paris, but it kept getting like delayed throughout the whole episode.
Yeah, I saw that. And then I saw that it was suddenly on time. And I'm like, yeah, if it's delayed, then what does on time mean? And why aren't you at the airport?
Yeah, you should have been waiting at the airport anyways.
And was she going with a backpack?
So.
Was she going with a backpack? Like one bag? Who booked this trip?
Well,
does she have a passport?
We saw her just with that one bag at the end when they went to get her. And she had like no suitcases, no nothing. She's just going to go to France with a purse, and I don't know which dad's paying for this trip.
Where was Lydia going, and why was she going with Scott?
I don't know, but obviously she's picking him up. So why did she bring her suitcases inside if they were then going to go back to the car to go somewhere? Why?
Well, I thought that she got dropped off and maybe they were going to take the Jeep, but then Scott was in the Jeep like he was leaving without her.
Yeah, and was like surprised that she was there.
And why are they taking the Jeep anywhere? And then late night study hall.
I like how they finally added a sign, because people have been complaining forever about why are they in the school at night. So they're like, well, we'll just slap a late night study hall sign up.
All Ethan is doing is shaking his head, and that's all I can do. The one bright spot, the one absolute... Oh, because then in another stupid part, I don't understand why. Oh, I guess Scott had given Melissa the taser to be safe while he was gone. And it was supposed to be like this huge voltage, but then she hugged him and accidentally pushed the button, and they weren't on the floor.
It's supposed to be 800,000 volts.
And they just got a little shock. They're just like, ooh, I pushed the button.
But if she was hugging him while she shocked him, she would have been shocked too. Yeah. And probably dead. But no, that's not how Teen Wolf works.
And so...
hold on. Can we, on that Melissa thing?
Yes.
Because remember, she didn't want the taser, but she's like, I have my own, like, protection or whatever. And she opens one of the freaking morgue things. Like, what if someone's put a dead body in there? She's just got all her vials of, like, herbs and whatever stuck in one of the freezers in the morgue.
Because I'm like, this either implies one of two things. Either you have those herbs. She said, I'm a nurse. So when people get healed... I have all of these herbs and stuff so I can, or when people get hurt, I have all these herbs and stuff so I can heal them. Or I have all of these so I can make a weapon to kill supernaturals. And it's one or the other.
But I feel like that's still like a really terrible storage space. Unless he's now the coroner and has control over the morgue. Apparently no one works there anyway.
Well, exactly. Nobody works in this hospital. Melissa is in charge of everything. However, she looks straight at our hellhound. Yes, Ms. Ixie, we've already had an Ethan sigh. That's what I was going to tell Ethan, is that his sighs are officially trademarked. So, then, oh, geez, Louise. Oh, Natalie is the principal.
Is now the principal. So she was so terrible as a guidance counselor, they thought, let's promote her to head of the school.
And then Lydia hands her a list of names of all the supernaturals in the high school, which seemed like a piece of paper. But Natalie is like, no. And I don't blame her, except your whole job is to be in charge of children.
Right. Shouldn't you at least have a record of, like, who to watch out for? Or who to check on if something's going on?
Oh my God. Lethaean First
She's
says,
so
my
awful.
notes also repeatedly say SMS is not funny. And it just cracks me up because Shelley had this whole thing about, I talked to Jeff, normally we go by the script and there's no improvising. But Jeff said that I could improvise, and he said only you.
Just me.
So
Yeah.
look forward to that. And I was just like, I know that her whole thing is if I keep telling people that I am funny, then maybe they'll start believing that I'm funny without me actually having to be funny. The problem is she's not. And then
She's not funny.
Exactly. And then she picked up that rat by the tail and she was like, what's a rat king? And I'm just like, okay.
So she just knows all this stuff about rats, like we're supposed to believe. Well, I mean, that makes more sense than her finishing high school, I guess.
Well, there we go. There we go. She's trying to be the female Dylan. Exactly. Which is why they're trying to make quote unquote Skittles happen. They've always tried to make her the female Dylan, but then they've also tried to make her female Derek. And it's just a weird thing. Because remember, especially during season 5, she was wearing a lot of plaid. She was very much emulating and copying him, which is what we said. Coyotes are mimics. So it
Right.
would have made sense if that was their intention, but it wasn't.
Yeah. Well, now they have her back in the little short all thing.
Oh my God. I was so happy that when she crouched down, they moved the camera up. Because I was like, I do not need to see this girl's whatever she has down there. Oh, Ethan, did you hear about your sigh is being trademarked?
My who what?
Your sigh. Everybody.
Oh, good.
Yes. So expect those checks coming.
Does that mean I make money whenever somebody uses it?
Mm-hmm. Hopefully.
Cool. Yep.
That's what we're working on.
I know, right?
So, someone, hold on, I'm trying to see. Okay, this is old. Sorry, someone sent me, I've been leaving Nixie alone because, I've been leaving her alone because she's been hanging out with the, Marvel fandom.
Oh, good. They can have her.
And so someone put up this thing that says Crystal Reed was forced to talk about Styles/Decalion on television. When did this happen?
I don't think I've ever heard that.
It had to be 3A,
Is that
right?
even a thing?
I honestly don't think it's a thing. But I don't understand where this comes from.
Well, that's like one of those things that like Jeff would show them that and then say, oh yeah, this is really popular. Isn't our fandom disgusting?
Ugh.
Well, no, I feel like I don't understand when this was. Or I've just seen this freaking Prince Aeschylus words or whatever popped it up. Check the chat. Does anyone know about this? Oh Lord, I love Posey so much. I ship Steric but hate the Steric fandom. Child, please. No.
What?
Yeah. I don't even want to. This person called To Fix the Shadows wrote this huge diatribe about how we need to grow up and be mature and just, get over it. And I said, Sterics aren't doing anything but being Steric. And you're here, specifically, you guys, the comments are still going on that Posey video with the interview about Steric. And all those Posey stands are sitting in that thread, butthurt about them asking about Steric. And fighting tooth, death, and nail, saying, ugh, you guys are taking it too seriously, and Steric's not real, and I kept responding to this guy, I was like, Steric is real, Styles is Derek's anchor, and that's canon, and we're gonna do what we want. And he kept trying to be like, you're dismissed. You're dismissed. If you can't argue with me correctly, then you're dismissed. And I was like, I'm dismissed, and yet I'm still here. It's the internet. I'm going to do what I want. I was like, you're nobody to me. So he was like, I don't care about Steric, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, well, I'm not going. I said,
you clearly do.
Exactly. I was like, you've told me a lot of things, but from what I'm told, your actions speak louder than your words. And I'm going by them, and I was like, you clearly care. So, I was like, just come over to the Steric side. It's fun over here. I was like, if you like Scott, we have sour Skittles. You can, you have your own people. Mm-hmm. Go, we don't have to fight. Let's be friends. He's like, I'm not fighting with you. I was like, you came in here, instead of giving your boys kudos for one of the best interviews that he's done to date, you came in here yelling at Sterix and then got mad when we clapped back. And that is 1000% the issue with Scott stands, and specifically with these new Scott stands, is they look at us and they don't understand why we won't go away. And they don't understand that we have been stubborn since 2013. I'm like, we have years of not going to go away. So they need to get on board and deal with it and keep going about their lives instead of writing these diatribes of so many lies and mistruths and misunderstandings. And it's just like, no, I'm not going to do that.
Speaking of Sterix not going away.
Go ahead.
What in the world is Jeff Davis shoving up his nose these days?
I'm so sorry. I missed the last part. What did you say? What in the world is Jeff Davis?
Jeff sticking up his nose these days.
Oh, Coke and cum. Like rum and Coke, cum and Coke.
Yes. What do you have to drink, sir? Yes, a Coke and cum.
You're right, exactly. This Q&A, let's just talk about this Q&A.
Oh, God.
That thing was an hour. Wasn't it? It was like an entire hour.
It was a little over an hour.
It was so long.
He answered, what, like 20 questions? Something like that? A little bit more, maybe?
And he did more questions than I thought. And he did more different kinds of questions than I thought that he would. But I did love the one that was like, what's wrong with you? And he was like, oh, I talk about that with my therapist. And I'm like, oh, boo. You thought you were so cute with that answer, and really you're not. And especially the Instagram one, he was like, why is your Instagram private? And he was like, oh, because of all the love and support I get. The one I didn't like was when someone asked, they were asking about, why won't you... What was the question? And he said something about, oh, wait, Amanda, you sent it to me.
Yeah, I have them saved. Which one? The one about telling someone to kill himself?
Yes.
That one?
Yes.
Wait, what?
Hold on, let me find it.
Wait, I have it in here. I'm like, this dude... Heckling couldn't have been happier to be back on set. It was amazing seeing him back with the pack. Lord.
Yeah, that one.
And I love that he still won't say his pack. They still don't accept Derek as part of this pack, which I'm actually happy about because he doesn't need to be a part of that pack. But I also find it interesting that they don't push that more. So, here we go. I found it too. So he says, did you read some of the theories that we wrote about the series finale? And Jeff says, I don't read anything actually. Someone on Insta told me to kill myself once. And I thought, well, that's enough of that, smiley face.
And it's like, well, first of all, okay, yeah, no one should be telling anyone to kill themselves.
Well,
but it happened to him once. Think of all of the death threats that he has instigated.
That he has instigated.
By the things he said.
Exactly. But not even
feel
just
bad
that.
for you?
But this
No.
person had an actual legitimate question. Hey, Jeff, I'm a fan, and this is my way of interacting with you. Did you see?
Yep.
And Jeff being like, oh, no, I didn't see because your kind loves to put death threats to me. What? Shut up. Sit down. And we know he's lying because he sure did read for Reed's articles enough to know him by name.
Everything.
Exactly. And enough to act like a hot mess trick. Someone said, including Steric fanfic. You know he does. Oh, God. What was his other thing? I hated that.
He can't have read any Steric fanfics. And you want to know why? Because just by the very fact of reading Steric fanfic, he would have became a better writer. And he didn't.
Well, no, because, Jeff's entire thing is all about being stubborn and doing the exact opposite. So he read some Steric fics and then did the exact opposite and was like, oh, they'll love this.
You see, though, he actually answered a question. Now, this is Jeff Davis, supposedly the writer. Someone asked him what was the hardest thing to do on Teen Wolf, and he said, writing was always the hardest. Sometimes trying to finish a script at 6 a.m. in the morning after being up all night. Writing is the hardest thing.
Right.
That was the hardest part for him as a writer, was to write.
It sounds like procrastination is the hardest thing for him.
Yeah.
I also love...
I can't believe that. It's unreal to me.
He did admit to a flash forward in the finale app. So we are going to get that 2 years. Oh my God.
The 2 years that you're talking about.
We need to talk quickly about... And I need to know... I'm sure this is made up, but I need to know for sure in my mind, in my heart of hearts. Freaking Jesus. I'm sorry, I'm just like, I'm so just worn down. Styles Stilinski, Mietchislaw. Although that did make me laugh when he was like, who are you? And then he looked at the seating chart and saw his name and he was like, young man. And that did make me laugh. But he's in the FBI. He's in
for a whole 6 months.
Quantico, Virginia. You guys. What?
He went straight out of high school into the FBI at Quantico, and it's going to be a whole 6-month program. That's it. 6 months.
I'm like, is he doing this in addition to undergrad? Is he...
You're thinking too much about this.
No, even better. Melissa, Scott, tomorrow is your orientation. You still have to choose classes.
I mean, for community college, that's okay.
Not at UC Davis.
Yeah, like that's not...
Oh, hunty.
That's not when you choose classes.
What? I was like, Melissa, this is your only child. And you're sending him off to school and he's not registered for class.
He's not even packed. There's literally 7 clothes in a suitcase. And why do they all have, like, the oldest suitcases ever?
I said, that's how you know. That's how you know this was a dream. Because Lydia's luggage would never.
Like, no wheels on anything. They're all those, like, old plastic ones.
Oh, my God. My God. 6 months.
And the matching uniforms. I like that, too.
6 months. And he had...
Out of high school. He hasn't even started college yet, but he started the FBI.
And then not just that, but he's asking all these questions. And then they're like, the guy we're looking for is a rather feral being, and he's been spotted in North Carolina, and he's wanted for murder. And then Styles is like, what kind of murder? And he's just like... Mass murder. So now...
Can we also talk about the fact that everything else that they showed during that little presentation about serial killers and murderers was all pictures?
Yes.
And then they have a video of Hecklin running. And they were close enough to get that video of him shirtless running through the woods. But they couldn't catch him.
And not only that, they were close enough to have enough resolution where they could zoom 6 times on the Triskelate to let you know it was Derek Hale. My God.
But they could not take him in for questioning.
No.
Ethan!
I don't know what to say.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh, this is what we need to talk about. Amanda, what was the quote that Styles said about Lydia? I kinda already told her I missed her.
It's even worse than what they tried to play off when all the studios were all excited, and then
The studios were so excited. It is bad. Go ahead.
it is okay. So Scott, I don't have the whole thing, but I have the Lydia part. So Scott plays the voicemail, and he says, "I kind of told Lydia I miss her and can't wait to go home, but I kind of told Lydia I miss her and can't wait to get home." That's like saying, I kind of told her, but I'm clearly lying because I'm way happier being here.
I kind of told her that we were dating, but...
I kind of told her me and Derek were
Then I
roommates.
started heckling Babs again.
Like,
Oh my God.
yeah, like, because the studios are playing it off like he said, I already told Lydia that I miss her and I can't wait to get home. No, that's not what he said.
Yeah, no, he said...
Like,
What? I just don't
I
understand the
told her I miss her,
kinda.
but I'm really having fun here, and hopefully you can get out too, is basically what he said.
I don't understand the kinda. Like, what does that mean?
To me, that sounds to me like he's like not, he like wasn't telling her the truth.
Oh,
like,
you know, no.
I kind of told her that because he followed that up with, I hope you can like get out, like no matter what's going on, like I hope you can get out of Beacon Hills, like saying that to Scott. So he's like, I kind of told her that I like miss her and I can't wait to get home, but I really hope you can get out too.
I feel like he, well, I definitely think that that's what it is, but I also feel like he left her a voicemail. And that's
Yeah, he
all
clearly
that,
didn't like talk to her.
that's all that they've talked all summer, is what I'm thinking. Because now
Well,
they're
that
like...
too. Yeah, it's been a whole summer, right? It's like right before school starts, so he kind of told her he misses her, and it's been a whole summer of them supposedly long-distance dating.
And then can't wait to get home. I'm like, how old was this voicemail? Wait a minute.
Because he's just starting his program, like, today. So he just went there
No.
early to not be with her all summer.
You guys.
Like, he literally left right after graduation to go there. And
No.
his program didn't even start till apparently that day.
Exactly. I bet that this is 3 months back. I bet you Scott has had this voicemail for 3 months and has not replied. I guarantee it. I guarantee it 1,000%. This is it. He went early. What else is he doing for these 3 months? Besides nothing. I bet it's a summer program. It does 3 months and then it overlaps his first semester or his first quarter in school.
Yeah.
So you think that scene of him as a, like, starting class was supposed to be, like, 3 months ago?
Yes.
Right after school finished?
I do. And I think it's been 3 months. I think Scott has held on to this voicemail for 3 months. Because he's like, get out of there, just go. And he said, I know you're supposed to be leaving. Because I'm betting that Scott wasn't supposed to stay there over the summer either. Even though, how is Scott the assistant lacrosse coach? No, never mind.
Well, no, because
I
he
don't
was
care.
clearly supposed to be there all summer because he was a volunteer lacrosse coach for the summer.
But for the summer?
Yeah, because coach like threatened. Yeah, because you missed that scene. That's
Yeah.
Right.
Wait, don't
Right in
they
the
not
beginning.
do that in the summer?
I know, that's what I'm like.
But coach threatened to fire him if he didn't get like Liam out on the field or something. And he was like, well, you can't fire me. It's my last day. And then he's like, well, I won't pay you. And he was like, I'm volunteering. So he was volunteering as assistant lacrosse coach for the summer until he left for school.
Okay.
So he wasn't supposed to leave for the summer.
So why are they doing lacrosse in the summer?
Why are they doing late night study sessions in the library? No.
I know someone already has it. I'm going to look for the Styles phone call real quick. And then we'll head to the Ask box. I know someone has it already. This phone call was...
The whole episode's up already.
Just the wording was so strange. And so... Someone said, I can't believe we're getting the Derek is the criminal and Styles is the agent assigned to his case stare at you.
We've been writing these for years.
Exactly.
Literally years.
I'm just flummoxed that... yeah. I'm just like...
I'm just flummoxed. You can just end it there.
Period.
Okay. Goodbye, everybody.
I'm just, yeah. And now they're showing like all these behind the scenes pictures. Why are they staying? I don't understand why they're staying. I don't understand anything. Why do they care? Not even why do they care, but like, ugh. And then there's like a new hellhound.
Malia was like the one who actually wanted to leave and didn't want to get involved. It's like the most logical thing she's done.
And then did you hear Scott? I can't make you. And I'm like, shut up. Hate you, Scott. Someone did a Scalia edit, but they used Scalia in it. Gross.
What?
It's like a Malia. It's supposed to be a Scalia edit, but it has Styles and Malia in bed. And so I'm like, how is this going to play out? Dang it. Someone find the phone call for me and link it, please. Oh, then they also had the top 10 Teen Wolf moments, which our homegirl Chantal was on. So shout out to her. I'm glad she got to be a part of that. But they were tripping with these. Things. Number 10. I
didn't see what they did. I missed it.
Number 10 was the Nagitsune.
I didn't miss it. I didn't want to see it.
Well, exactly. I refused. And I was working, so I didn't care either way. But, yeah, number 10 was the Nagitsune, and number 1 was Styles telling Scott, you're my brother. It's such a weird relationship that they have with Styles and with Dylan O'Brien, because they know that they need him. And there is that resentment there. But there's also, like, they know that they need him. And so it's just this weird thing of like, oh, we're going to talk him up and it's fantastic and yada yada. But it's like, you know that they're not here for you.
Yeah.
And they're never going to be. He's so cute. God dang you, Dylan O'Brien. You're the only thing. And really, but still not worth this episode. So that's what I was saying. We are going to, so cute. Still not worth it. We were going to do 613, but I feel like he had so many people over him that it's not going to be anywhere near as messy.
Yeah.
And I just don't want to. And so then
good enough reason for me.
So I think we'll do 617 because that will be the introduction of Gay by Pan Jackson. And then how did Scott pronounce Diaz? I missed this.
What?
It says you could tell Scott isn't Latino by the way he pronounced Diaz.
I honestly don't even remember.
Someone tell me. Juicer never gets in trouble, but she causes trouble. I don't know what's happening in the chat. Oh, yeah, Juicer, send me...
yeah, she linked the Stydia thing.
Okay. Send me, Oh, here we go. Thank you, dear. Okay, wait. Let's see if I can.
He's not forgot. Yeah, I just said forgot. We almost lost him last time.
Can you guys hear this?
If this turns out to be something big and we don't call him,
Yeah.
or maybe we should go back to the woods tonight and find the killer. Sky.
You guys didn't hear his voice.
What does find the killer mean? She's an idiot.
Just play the voicemail.
Here we go.
Hey, Scott. So, I'm here. I'm in Quantico, Virginia, at the FBI. I'm at the freaking FBI. It's real. I'm really here. I kind of told Lydia that I miss her and I can't wait to get home, but listen, Scott, whatever you're doing right now, just make sure you're still getting out of Beacon Hills. I mean, maybe you think you can't leave, you know, like the whole thing falls apart if you're not there, which I get, but you have to. I know you're supposed to drive out tonight, so if you don't call me back, just promise me you're actually going. Just get in the Jeep and go.
So that's not an old voicemail then, because he said, I know you're supposed to drive out tonight.
Tonight,
That's
yeah.
a new one.
This makes no sense to me. You know what? I still think that this scene is old, though. It has to be. I mean, none of it makes any sense, but this especially makes no sense.
Yeah, but isn't the whole season only going to take place over like a week?
Who knows? Well, and then there's a time jump at the end.
Well, yeah, but besides that, I mean, like, the bulk of the season is going to be, like, a week. That's why they, like, don't leave right away. They all, like, push back, go to college for a week.
And then, what was Lydia saying about, she said, so it's true then. And then she said, there are people that have never harmed a human life, but oh, God. I don't.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, never mind.
Yeah. I basically think the gist of that was, like, people who haven't, like, been, like, attacking or fighting anyone, like, people who weren't hunters. She heard them now, like, attacking each other. So that, I guess that's supposed to be the whole, like, everyone's afraid of supernaturals now, and even people like what the guidance counselor and Freud, whoever he is, are going to start attacking as well. You know, she heard it through the cobwebs in the mysterious high school that she got to through a phone call in Scott's living room.
Yeah. That's all I got. I'm good.
I just that scene with him spitting the water at Derek's seeing Derek. That was a good moment. And that's like something out of like season 2.
Exactly. Yeah. It's very season 2.
Like,
well, that's why they are trying to do this whole, oh, it's the banter. It's the banter. It's the banter, you guys. We love the banter.
It is the banter, but there's more to it than that. It's what the banter means.
Exactly. And that's the part that they don't want to go to. So then they just stop. They stop short.
If one of was a girl, they would have fucked already.
They would have been together.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Definitely. Just that's no doubt about it.
Just how it goes.
Yeah. So,
did you see the TV Line article that came out like right after the episode ended? It had a quote from Jeff saying that the next time we see Hecklin's character, he'll be in South America. And as for Stiles, you can expect to see him pop up in several episodes. But several episodes, like I said, is going to be this little clip in 611, the same amount or less in 619, and then whatever he's in 620. But why is Hecklin going from North Carolina to South America? How is that the next place we're going to see him?
And how is the FBI still after him if he's in South America? I feel like, let's see, how are they going to try? I think it's going to be by phone. Or we're going to get, like, maybe a glimpse of him and the FBI, like, asking stupid questions, but it's not actually going to be connected to the main story, which would be the smart thing to do. But it's still not going to be enough, I think, for the stands. The issue is...
I honestly don't even think they're going to do that. I think they didn't know they were going to have him until they were already done filming up to, like I said, what was it, 617 maybe? Well, and so they had to write him into the end, which they wrote him into the end of 619 and 620, and then shoehorn him into 611 so that they can claim they have him and get people to try and watch from the beginning. So I don't think they even put enough effort into getting him for more clips throughout the season.
Well, they didn't have him that long, but I know with that FBI setup, they probably tried to film a little bit like more for safety because they just got done editing the final part.
Just in the last episode.
Yeah, I don't understand why he's saying several episodes unless they took one long scene and cut it up into like several small things. What's going to be frustrating...
Yeah, but several could be 3, and that's literally what we have. It could be several. You didn't say a couple.
Right. I feel like
several.
The fact
3
that...
is several.
But the fact that he said any at all is what makes me wonder, kind of like, what are you planning? Because he would have
just... But he also said that...
I feel like what my fear is and why I know that this is probably exactly what's going to happen because it's going to be the thing that pisses me off the most is that there will be a small scene, be it a phone call or him at the FBI asking questions or something like that at somewhere in not the next episode, but like in episode 3. And then people will be like, oh no, he is going to be in the season. See, we told you. Let's all watch episode 4. And then he won't be in 4, but then he'll be, or in 5 or 12, 13, whatever these actual numbers are. I don't think he'll be in Posey's episode, although I also think he probably will because, again, that will piss me off the most. And so I'm just going by things that I know are going to be wholly disappointing. I think that they are going to use some movie magic to finagle that as much as possible.
For sure.
It's just going to be a mess. Absolute mess. As it usually is. Let's see. Why is someone... This is funny. Malia and Scott are watching the phone as he's talking. And right when he says, look, I kind of told Lydia I miss her and I can't wait to get home. And then she looks up like, did he? She's like, did he say that?
I don't remember that.
I can't remember. Okay, I might have to put this one. Hold on. I'll put this in the chat. That makes me laugh.
Yeah, she looks super confused.
Oh, someone has the promo for 612.
Oh, God.
Oh, it's not letting me put that. All right, let's see.
I hope all your I cannot. I keep
still
going back to that.
So... Oh, okay. It's this season on. That's not the 612 promo.
Yeah, what they did, there was the same thing that they already showed us. Yeah, they said that you have to tune in tomorrow to their new show, whatever that one is. I can't remember the name of it. I already blocked it out. If you want to see, like, the next week on.
Yeah. Okay.
Which is,
dirty.
I know, right?
It's so stupid. Like, maybe if they put it in the show right after Teen Wolf, to put it in the show on the next day and hope people tune in.
Well, what show came after Teen Wolf?
I don't know.
Right? Basically. And so this is how they're trying to get more people. But I'm like, all it takes is one. All it takes is one to record it and put it online, and that's all we need.
Exactly.
Oh, Lord. Quantico, Virginia. Who even says that? Everyone says DC.
I know.
I guess. I'm sorry, I'm looking at this on Google Maps because I'm like, this is idiotic. Where is... How far is Quantico from DC? Yes, that's a good question. Oh, it's past Alexandria. What?
Oh, is it? Well, Alexandria and DC are, like, super close. My cousin used to live in Alexandria and worked in D.C.
Well, yeah, in Alexandria, but it's, I lived in D.C. I never knew where Quantico was, though. What I'm wondering is, he's not going to Georgetown, he's going to George Washington?
George Washington.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess. I don't care. I got nothing. I'm so done. I'm so done.
What about the Hellhound versus Hellhound fight with their matching shorts?
That did make me cackle. Their matching burn-off shorts. Exactly, purple points. They just say Quantico. No one's like, Quantico, Virginia. Okay, it's 40 miles.
Well, Jeff did say writing's hard, so...
That depends on the traffic, homie. Oh, Lord, Jeff's writing. It's just not that... It's not that hard. He's just bad at it. That's all there is to it. Okay, so let's go to the Ask Box. Lol, are supposed to believe they've investigated for years but only showed us old footage. What's with the non-edited raw rushes? Like, is he running in the woods shirtless for 17 minutes? So what? Hunter's running around with GoPro cams following him. Lol, you gotta love that cam work, though. As smooth and steady as if it were on a tail slider. Huh?
Now, in the clip, did it follow him running? Or was the camera stationary?
It panned.
It's literally the clip from 105, is it?
Something
it's him running
like
in the woods from
but it's in
one.
black and white. And the thing that cracks me up about it is I can't understand what the show is trying to tell us. Is the show trying to say that that's new footage? Or is the show trying to say that there were people there during season 1 watching him and taping him?
No, because what I'm thinking, like maybe they're trying to make it so that it's like a wildlife camera or something like that it just happened to catch him as he was going by. You know what I mean?
I think the camera kind of followed him. I don't think it was like he ran by a camera.
Yeah.
Because they had him running for way too long for it to have just been him going.
But
right
they
by.
also recycled footage. So, that's what they could have tried to go for, but then it's recycled footage. So,
exactly.
Way too recognizable.
I know, right?
If they want us to buy it as new, they should have, I don't know. Didn't they call for a back double for him? Couldn't they have had the back double record a new scene?
That's probably what they wanted him for, too. Maybe they just couldn't find someone.
Oh, no, I think that they did. But I think it was just for, fill-ins. Because I feel like
they could have used it for that. You just don't show his face. You just show the tattoo. And Styles has definitely seen that tattoo.
And I think that that's what the zoom-ins were about. Yeah. Jeez Louise. I think it's supposed to be him in... Oh, yeah, that's what they said, North Carolina.
Yeah.
It's so funny. And yes, Britt, a back double. Mess City. Now they got 8 TT. The Styles number is not moving. What are we talking about? It's been stuck on 28.6 for a while. And it doesn't show. What are you talking about? Oh, Twitter? Oh, because they're purchased tweets. Oh, and this whole thing about get a copy of Styles' license. And it was use this hashtag and then get exclusive information for how to enter. And so I'm like, no. I'm not doing any of that. No, thank you.
Oh my gosh.
But
what are they even supposed to win? Because it's
his license. I didn't understand the be gentle thing either. I missed that.
I got nothing.
Everyone's like, I don't know.
that was just the note that Styles left in the Jeep for Scott. So gentle with Roscoe.
But that's not Styles' car. It is Styles' car. But to give away to Scott, I'm like, that's your mama's car. Or is that his mom's car, or is that Fannin?
Well, if you want to believe 6A, it's canon.
Oh, that's right. Oh, Jesus. Nope, never mind.
Exactly. So it's canon. It was canon before it was canon anyway, so.
Exactly.
Like, we've been using that forever.
Oh,
wait, what have we been using forever?
That the Jeep was originally Styles' mom, and that's why he, give up on it. And
right.
That's been, a canon thing since the beginning.
Right. So it says, I think in the fandom slash says, I think in the course of hunting Kate, Derek has become a suspect in her murder sprees, and that's why they have footage of Derek in North Carolina. Funnily enough, that is where Jill Wagner got married, so I bet that was some sort of little shout out. I feel like, why is Kate murdering people? And in all these disparate places. I feel like Derek's going to have a very stupid story. That he's going to be some weird vigilante that's just going around and off the rails. And it's going to be one of those things that on the surface it seems really cool and bad and all this other stuff. But then when you actually think about it,
makes sense.
It's going to be ridiculous and awful. So yeah, I can see this. No. Someone pointed out that the rug said Division of Justice instead of Department of Justice, which, come on. I don't know. I'm wondering if that's a thing, and I don't quite know if that's a thing. But if it is, I wonder if on non-official FBI gear, you can't put certain things. Do you know what I mean?
Maybe.
Mm-hmm. Like how you can't have a replica of money.
Right,
like
exactly.
It can't, you can't just, even, at the bank when we do stuff, if we have to copy money or something like that, we have to shrink it or make it huge.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
We can't, make it at real size.
Because the real FBI rug does say department. What does this really say division? Which means they probably couldn't afford the rights.
Mm-hmm.
Here, let's see if we
can't afford anything after Hall H.
No.
Man!
Well, and the money they shelled out to get Dylan and Hecklin back.
Speaking of which, where was the premiere party?
Right. Stephen Buster's was quiet, so I don't know.
Man, there was you got to pay for your own cards. You got to load your own cards to play these games. And they were like, nah, we're good. We're good.
Yeah.
Here. Styles rug. Oh. Why are you in a trash can, sir? There was just a picture of... Someone said, but where is Styles, as a quote, and then it says, everyone. Oh. I wish people would just give in to the strings. Styles and Derek are amazing. And you just can't argue with that. The more you try, the dumber you look. Let's see. God dang it. Before I pulled this up, I just want the photos. Just give me the photos. I just need them on the stupid rug.
I'm trying to look for messy stuff on Twitter, but I can't really find anything because Terrence is sobbing over Game of Thrones and
oh
his
no,
wig being snatched, so...
no spoilers.
Oh, I don't think anything's happened. It's just funny because he always puts people crying images and this Barbie who done had her hair burned off. So I don't even know what's going on. I don't watch that trash. So.
What? Game of Thrones is everything.
Yeah.
It's so good.
I don't watch it either.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, I can't do that.
The actual federal agents I feel like I tried to watch the first episode and then just couldn't.
Really? I made it 6 in, and then Mr. Jason Momoa eats it. And I'm just like, ain't nothing I can do about these
Game of
characters.
Thrones is everything. My only complaint this season is that we didn't get to see Grey Worm's lack of a Grey Worm. I need to know what's going on there.
You need
for
help,
science.
Okay?
For science.
To see somebody.
I need to know what's going on there. I need to see it from my heart. Because we saw all of Lysandre and Mama was looking great. But we didn't see no Grey Worm. And I'm like, just let me see the Grey Worm. Just let me see what's going on there so that my heart can be full.
I see your antics on Twitter.
So my heart.
I had to hear your antics on this podcast.
Can be full.
I cannot.
I need it. I need it. I need it.
I cannot.
And that rug straight says Division. And that gives me so much glee. I love it. So much glee. So they're really gonna... Yeah, they're trash. Okay, let's... Hold on. I'm looking at the Derek scene real quick.
We're also part of task forces to catch kidnappers, murderers.
Serial killers?
Yes, even serial killers.
I'll raise my hand from now on. Sorry, keep going.
One recent manhunt had our crisis response team...
He still has this water in his mouth. He's swishing it around his mouth.
Is there a problem?
Why was it in there so long?
Young man?
No, sorry. Just got a little excited. No problem. Little question, though. That guy up there, what's he wanted for?
Murder.
I'm still just like...
Sorry, just what kind of murder exactly?
Mass murder.
Okay.
What kind of question is that?
If you freeze it at 129, what kind of pose is that?
That
was just prancing.
I was just about to say that. Because I was like, did his arm disappear? And then...
What is he doing?
And then I was like, oh no, his arm is like behind him, but it's kind of... Oh my God. I bet that's the back double.
Is it?
I don't know. I think not. I think that's him.
I think that's him.
This zoom in just cracks me up.
That dramatic zoom in.
That's why I said I wish I could enjoy it to the part of it being so messy, of being messy fun. But they take themselves so seriously that it's not even like messy fun anymore.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like, that's the thing. And, listen, once a year, I do this thing. It's my yearly Twilight hate rewatch. And I do it to remind myself how bad it is. And because I always forget how bad it is. I really do. Because I'm like, it's not, like, people make fun of it, but it's not that bad. And then I'm like, oh God, it's time again. I gotta rewatch it to remind myself. So it happens every year. And I was thinking about this. I was like, am I gonna have to do this with Teen Wolf? And then I was like, no, because the first 2 seasons were so good. And then the rest of it, like, while we made fun of it, I didn't watch the majority of it. So I can't even, like, hate watch it.
Mm-hmm.
So how do I... Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, for like season 4 on, it would be like me watching it for the first time.
Which so don't do that.
You know what's crazy? At least with Twilight, we sat through Drek for like 4 movies, and especially that last one was insanely bad. But then Breaking Dawn Part 2 came out. And
Yes.
all was forgiven. It was.
And that's the thing that I try to tell people. I was like, you watch these movies and they are garbage. You like there are some funny parts and like Billy Burke is great.
Yes.
But like you see that ending, that last half hour of Breaking Dawn Part 2, and it throws you for a loop.
Mm-hmm.
A loop. And I respect that.
Exactly.
I was on the floor in the theater. I had went and saw it with my friend, and I was like clutching her out when the twist happened. I was like, no!
Yes. Because the only reason I watched it is I listened to How Did This Get Made, and they had done Breaking Dawn Part 1, and then they were like, okay, you guys, seriously, this movie was awesome. So if you haven't watched it, you have to stop this podcast and go and watch it. And this is when I was delivering food for Takeout Taxi, and I happened to be near a Red Box. So I said, okay, I'm going to grab my Red Box, and I have my computer with me because we had these long lulls where we were waiting for orders. And I started watching, and I was like, when it got to the point where Jacob was changing into a wolf and started taking off his clothes in front of Bella's dad, I was like, okay, I'm in. I'm on board. You got me. But then when it got to that twist, I was like, ow! I had to call my friend. I'm like, girl, I just watched Breaking Dawn Part 2. I'm going to rewatch this entire movie with you. I was like, if you get to the point where you do right, you can do so much wrong. But if you do right by us once, you got us. But that's the problem with this show is they can't even do right by us once. And it's just like, and they don't even do right by themselves. This whole insistence that what they're doing with Teen Wolf is important and that it's necessary and that it's meaningful. Jeff equating all of the problems with the show to steric shippers tells you that he's got nothing for me. He's got nothing for me. Not messy fun, nothing.
But see, this is like, Jeff is like alternative facts. Like, that's what he's trying to do. Because, like, he wants us to believe, he wants the greater fandom to believe that it is the steric shippers' fault. And that's what he, like, tells himself at night, I'm sure. All the Steric's fault. It's all the Steric's fault.
Yeah.
That's why my show's getting canceled. That's why I can't get a job. That's why I can't get a pilot made.
Boo-boo.
That's what, and it's just not realistic.
That's literally
not real.
Here, I'm going to try to find it. I had responded to Jeff's ridiculous comment. And I was like, you can pretend that it is all about, it's all Steric's fault. And
which, don't get me wrong, if it were all of our fault, you would be damn well sure we'd be taking credit for it.
You know this! That's what I'm talking about! Because let it really be my fault. I'd be like, we did that, that's what you get. Quit messing with us. No, boo-boo. All of this has nothing to do with us. We can't control what happens with our people on your show. You think we can control what happens to anybody else? I'm like, Stadia don't get stream time because of Steric? No. Stadia don't get screen time because Jeff hates Stadia. It's like, and y'all need to come to terms with that fact. I'm trying to find, almost got it. Lord. Oh, here we go. I said, also love how the clear disdain in the words and the moronic use of the winky face for Jeff Davis. Derek equals everything critiqued about the show. The endless abuse of Derek, the sidelining of Pac and female characters, the interchanging of the gays, and all of that has nothing to do with Steric. And yet, here we are with Jeff brushing us off, wishing us that all our Steric dreams come true, and he loves the support that we give him, and blah, blah, blah. But he hates it. and he hates us for it. And it's just like, and he emboldens every single one of these fans to lash out at us.
That's what I said when we were talking about it. I'm like, not only is he just being like a complete dickhead and pathetic and petty, but like he's giving license to the antis to like come after us.
Exactly.
Which, like, hysterics are strong. Like, right. We're used to this abuse. Like, that's the thing. Like, we're used to being shit on. We're shit on by the creators, by Posey, by whoever. So, like, by now, it's just old hat. You know, whereas Jeff, he gets critiqued once on something that he did to pot characters, and he fucking up and leaves Twitter.
That's why I wish that someone would have asked him, why did you leave Twitter?
That's why hysterics don't die. We multiply.
Exactly.
And his show is ending.
Because this is what cracks me up most about it, is that with this show ending, especially when you get the new shippers, because of course you see these threads where the Scott stands start going off with their alternative facts, and it makes absolutely no sense. And, but you still have these people, oh, I didn't realize fandom was like that. Oh, I didn't realize Derek was like that. And I said, yeah, that's going to happen. But the problem is that doesn't last, because it takes a second to see that that's absolutely not true. And I said, even if you don't get into even if outside of the little fandom wars, the hysteric stands are some of the most friendly, most inviting, most fun to talk to, most fun to interact with, and all of that. The Scott stands, I guarantee you will be in a conversation with one and it will get to hysteric. It's something that is an ingrained bitterness that they just can't get rid of. They are obsessed with hating hysteric. But then of course, oh, I'm gay and I never saw hysteric. Okay, well, you know.
Oh my God, yeah, I saw that.
That's fine. You know, okay. Well, I don't see why you saw hysteric. Oh, well, that's different. But, well, I don't have a problem with hysteric, but I hate that you like it so much. And I'm going to sit here and curse you out and call you everything but a child of God and fill up this thread with all these lies because you happen to like hysteric. And it gets to the point where they don't even know why. I told you I was arguing with that kid on YouTube, and it just got to the point where he just kept going in circles and circles. You're dismissed. You're dismissed. You're dismissed. And I'm like, but I'm still here. You know, and I'm like, you can't dismiss people. It doesn't work like that. You have the same amount of no power that I have. And it's so funny because I part of me hates to compare this to Trump and to that thing, because that's a very real issue that we're dealing with, very real consequences. But on an allegory-like level, it's the exact same thing. You have this dictator at the helm who has convinced his followers that they are better than the other people in the fandom, in the country. You know, and so you're saying, oh, you're on a pedestal. We like you. We don't like those hysterics. So it's perfectly fine if you bully them and harass them and yada, yada, yada. But then the show stands, they start bullying, harassing us, but we're not going away. And we're slapping back. We're clapping back, and we're defending ourselves, and we're standing up for ourselves. And now this fandom is going back to Jeff Davis, and they're saying, now, help us.
Like, Jeff sees himself as the person that needs to clap back because he has nothing left to lose. Well, he does, but he doesn't realize.
But that's the same behavior.
Like the person that's been attacked, and he needs to give it back to us.
He considers himself the underdog. And it's like, you're not the underdog here. And that's what I'm like. And then, of course, Aaron got to call me out talking about, so basically what you're saying that JD is Trump. Yeah. Because, once again, a privileged, rich, white male is trying to act like he's the minority in a situation. And it's just like, you're not. You're not. I mean, it's just, you're not special. You're not an underdog. The only thing that about you that's different is that you're much, much dumber than your predecessors. And you have no idea what you're doing. Oh, I was about to go on a rant, but not going to do it. Lord Farquaad had much more style. Don't do Lord Farquaad like that.
Yeah. Lord Farquaad had a neck.
Right.
So.
Lord. Oh.
And I talked to you, Stacey, about this obviously in private chats, but I just sort of had this thought because obviously he knows Fareed by name.
Yeah.
And I was just like, do you think he knows about us on Beacon Hills After Dark podcast? And I was just like, nah, he can't. He would have sued us by now.
He's like, I haven't
the
bought
amount of times that we've said he's fisting Ryan Kelly in the back parking lot. The amount of times that we say that he's blowing coke off of Colton Haynes' dick. The amount of times that he is casting couch Tyler Hecklin, Dylan Sprayberry, and Dylan O'Brien. We would have been sued by
Ethan,
now.
I literally had a dream where for some reason we were able to get an interview with him. And I pulled up, I can't believe I forgot about this. I forgot about it until just now, which, oh my God. I literally, because it was really short, because I woke up laughing. But I literally opened up the screen to show him, like, it was me, you on Hangouts, and then I opened up the screen. He was in the pool on a floaty, and Froy and the other kid were behind him. And you fell out of your chair, and I busted out laughing. And I was just like...
Oh, my God.
Amazing. And so I will accept nothing less. If we ever get an interview with Jeff Davis, I'm be like, look, this is how this is going to go down. Oh, Lord.
Dear Lord.
I don't even know. I don't even know. Our Velma Ann, you need to quit. And now married to John the Mechanic. I'm done with you. Oh my God. I missed you so much. Okay, let's go. If you're going to ship a hetero ship, please go Mulder Scully. And not, okay.
Okay, yeah, there are very few het ships that I actually ship, and none of them are on this show.
What I really found...
None of them.
What I wondered about is, and I forgot about this, Scott was talking to Melissa, and she had all those herbs and stuff. And then Scott was like, where did you get all this from? And she avoided his question. Are we going to get Stepdaddy Argent drama? Because clearly she got that stuff from Argent.
Didn't someone say that there's going to be, like, maybe it was Melissa. I think someone asked her one of the roundtable interviews about if they were going to be still a thing or whatever. And she said there's going to be, like, awkward. It's going to be, like, awkward, or there's going to be some...
Right.
I don't know. So I don't know exactly what they're going to do to address that. But
so I think we're going to get some stepdaddy feels.
She did start to get all those, like, herbs and stuff. Didn't she when he was dying? When Chris was dying? And she had to, like, get the, like...
Yeah, the 7 herbs that Mason... But we know that... Well, I'm guessing she didn't get them from Deedon because I figured that Scott would know if that happened. But I also feel like we know that Argent has that greenhouse. And I'm sure that he's been... But here's the other problem. Gerard is alive, and we know that Argent was working with Gerard. I don't know if Gerard is supposed to be like a bad guy in a good guy capacity, or if he's... I don't understand quite what his role is going to be. Is he still a villain, or is he just kind of being subdued and we just kind of deal with him?
I think he's still going to be a villain because in one of the interviews, Jeff said that the new guidance counselor lady was going to be like the villain of like the hunters, and apparently Gerard takes her under his wing and starts like, and then she takes like Froy's character and Andrew's character under her wing or whatever.
Well, and then that was the other thing. Exactly. That was the other thing, is that she was really scared, and then she like wiped off her face and then like kind of smiled and thing. And I was like, were there cameras out there? Like, why did you need to like fix your face for this? Why couldn't you just still be scared? So I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. I think they're trying to show that she like enjoyed it, because she like smiled after she wiped her face.
Yeah.
They're trying to show that she's like crazy.
Yeah. Well, exactly. That's why I'm like, are you crazy? Were you putting on a front? So were you just acting like you were scared and you really weren't? Like,
I don't really understand how they're setting up her character, because the way they made it sound was like she was already a hunter. And clearly she's been like talking to Nolan or whatever. But that was another thing. She said to him, is it about what we've been talking about all summer? Like, why is the guidance counselor talking to this kid all summer? Outside of school?
I don't understand how this
obviously they were talking about like supernatural stuff to an extent, so she obviously knows. So why is she playing like that?
Well, Freud evidently is supposed to be like clinically insane. Like, he's supposed to be.
He's got multiple mental illnesses, according to him. So that's going to play out well.
Exactly, because I feel like he's
going at all.
I think he's going to be the one to expose a lot of the supernatural stuff, but people won't believe him because he's crazy. Because that's what, this show is fantastic about. Oh, jeez. I do love that Teen Wolf was number 1 trending on Tumblr, and the top tags were Styles Stilinski, Teen Wolf spoilers, Steric, and then Dylan O'Brien.
Makes sense.
And someone said, watching for the right reasons. Fantastic. Who's PETA? Is that Josh Hutcherson?
In Hunger Games. Yeah, Josh Hutcherson.
He's the worst. First of all, downgrade. Both in height and in attractiveness and in ability and in ability to not get on my goddamn nerves. Gail was robbed. And then they tried to make Gail be bad. Like, oh, no, Gail's trying to save your life, girl. Quit playing games. And then she had her at the end of the movie holding that baby, like she let Peter climb on her back to implant that child in her, knowing good and well there ain't no man's thing been near no Katniss Everdeen except for Gail's and whatever wooden dildo she carved. I refuse. I was so mad at the last Hunger Games. PETA's the worst. That is
hilarious.
PETA is
I definitely shipped her with PETA just because he was a little whoopee.
Oh, he was.
And I have a soft spot for whoopies.
Exactly. He was a punk. And I just wanted to punch him in the face and be like, man up, PETA. You ain't playing games no more, PETA. Get up. And then have the nerve to have like principles and all these morals and, oh, I can't do this, Katniss. Oh, let's eat these berries. Oh. I'm like, shut up, PETA. Gail was the homie. Homie. And they did Gail so dirty. I was,
But of course, it was obvious, though. He was the Jacob. Of course he was going to get dealt dirty.
And that's the funny thing, though, is that I'm all about Bella and Edward. I'm cool with them. Jacob was kind of the whiny one to me. Although I liked Jacob. And Jacob was real in a way that real was not asked for. Jacob was asking the right questions. Hey, you're going to turn her into a vampire and not tell her parents? And then she's pregnant with the baby. What?
So I always wanted to see, and I love this pairing in Fanon, is Emmett and Jacob. I love the idea of tiny little gay boy Taylor Lautner getting slammed by giant big gay boy. Oh God, what's his name?
Kellen Lutz. Nephew Kel and Uncle Lutz. Exactly. I just now realized why he was Lutz's nephew. I'm sorry. I cannot believe that just came together for me on 30 Rock. It's a long story. But anyhow.
Okay.
Yeah, I would want to see Jacob with the Russians just because it's Noel Fisher, who just married like a 29-year-old Saudi Arabian chick, and I was like, you better work. Anyhow.
You better work.
Gail was forever and wonderful, and y'all are hating. Speaking of which, there's a movie on Amazon called like The Dressmaker, and it has Kate Winslet and Liam Hemsworth or whatever. It is super Australian, but it is delightful. I loved it, and it has a little twist. It was getting me. I was like, oh, I love this movie. So yeah,
Really?
It's fantastic. It is really good. Okay,
so
anyhow.
have you guys heard of Dream Daddy?
No. Is that like Dream Brother?
I've heard of it, but I don't actually understand what it is.
Okay, so there is this type of video game called a dating sim. It comes out of Japan.
Yes.
Because people in Japan don't have sex, they have virtual sex.
Basically. Alec plays this,
anyway,
and he always posts his results on Tumblr.
Yeah, so what it is basically, so they have a whole bunch of these. Like, you can do, like there's, like, you're a guy and you're dating girls, or, like, you're a girl dating, or whatever, any sort of combination. Well, a few years ago, they started getting crazy with these. And one of the really popular ones is called Hatoful Boyfriend, which is the pigeon dating simulator. So you're a girl dating guy pigeons. Wait. Go on dates. You have to woo these pigeons.
What's a pigeon?
And you have to... Pigeons. They, like, look up Hatoful Boyfriend. HATOFUL. Yes. Actually, yes. And people play this. Like, it's a really popular game.
Wait.
HATOFUL. Hatoful Boyfriend.
HATOFUL. If I see a pigeon, I'm gonna be mad.
Oh, wow. It really is a pigeon.
What?
It's really a pigeon game, too.
Okay.
A couple months ago it came out that this company was going to be making a dating simulator. It's an American company, and they were going to be making, it's called Dream Daddy. So all of the people that you have the opportunity to date are dads, and they all have kids. And there's 8 different ones, and you make your own avatar, you make your own daddy. And you have a daughter.
Okay, wait, Ethan, wait, hold on. I'm gonna send you a message on Tumblr.
Okay.
You already know what's coming, but just so we're on the same page. Just so we're on the same page.
Okay, that's fine. So, anyway. No, it's fine. So what you do? So you have these 8 daddies, and you can go on 2 dates with each of them before you finally choose one for your ending. And so, depending on how you do, like the choices that you make for the dialogue, you get ranked on how well your date went. So, like, for instance, I went for the bad boy, but I wasn't very good, apparently, dating the bad boy. So I got, like, a C. But then I went back and did it with the jogger daddy from college that you knew, and I got an S, which is, like, above an A.
Oh.
So...
Jogger daddy.
Yeah, so I was like, damn, okay. And so, like, with him, like, you go on, you play catch. You go camping.
No!
Yeah, you play catch.
No!
And then you go camping. And then you forget a sleeping bag, so there's only one.
Wait. Quick side note. Ian Bowen put on Instagram with a picture of him and Shelly talking about Daddy's home. Y'all better be home too, watching the show.
Oh.
Megan Bethy replied and said, I wish Daddy were home right now.
It was already gross enough that he can't use Daddy anymore after the airport pickup. He cannot call his so-called daughter on TV. Oh, he can't use Daddy in that context and then have his girlfriend comment on it. Okay, so, continue.
Anyway,
okay, go.
Anybody interested in playing this game, all you have to do, so it's on Steam. So if you have Steam, it's really easy to download. It's $14.99. So, and it's about, if you're just doing like, if you're focusing on one, I would say it's about maybe like 12 hours gameplay.
Okay, here's the hysteric of it. So Styles is, let's say Teacher Styles. He goes to the grocery store and he sees this guy wrangling kids and he's like, oh my God, that's my future husband and I'm in love with him. And well, he just sees the guy and then a kid comes up and the kid's like, Daddy, can we have corn pops or whatever? And, you know, Styles notices that the guy doesn't have a wedding ring and he doesn't say anything like, oh, ask your mom or anything like that. So he's like, oh my God, he's a single dad. He's like, I don't know anything about dating dads. How do I learn about dating dads? And then he finds Daddy dating, Dream Daddy, and then he goes to, yes, right, he goes to the different simulators, and then finally he asks Derek, he doesn't ask Derek on a date until he gets to an S, and then he tries to, like, replicate the things, but then, like, Derek is super confused, because Styles is like, let's play catch.
But there's so many different ones. Like, there's one daddy that basically owns like a Starbucks. It's like a hipster Starbucks. So like you do a different thing on his date. And then there's like one that's like, there's like goth daddy. And like his dates are completely different. Like you go to a graveyard.
Someone did Derek Hale at Styles. Yes.
It's incredible. It's just, it's fantastic. And the creators are great. And the fandom is terrible. Like, the fandom went from, like, really good to really bad in about 10 hours. Because apparently they didn't like the way that... So, someone had made gender bent art. And so with one of the daddies who's trans, they gender bent that, obviously, because they gender bent everybody else. So they were like, oh, that's trans erasure, blah, blah, blah. And they were just like, but they're still trans. It's just they're trans the opposite way. Like, I don't understand how that's trans.
Well,
like,
it's like gender bending. That's the whole point.
And
yeah.
it devolved into death threats pretty much immediately. And so the Dream Daddy
death threats on the internet are so inconsequential.
And we're just like, yo, like, that's not cool. So
yes, we were talking about this on the podcast. I have an AU already. You ready?
Oh yeah, yeah. You need to play it, and then you need to.
Yes, it's happening.
To write all the fic with Styles finding this game and using it to woo Derek. 100%.
It's gonna be a series. It's gonna be a series. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Hipster man bun daddy. Oh, you guys. I didn't need this in my life. I already don't have any free time. I still need to watch Game of Thrones. What are you doing?
Honestly, like, if you just go for one, it takes about 2 hours.
Okay.
So it's not anything crazy.
So Teen Wolf...
and that's if you, like, read all the dialogue.
Teen Wolf dropped off my trends. Oh, wait, no, there it is. It's at the bottom. But Styles is still big and strong.
Mm.
Although, Mib Shinny, you're getting called out. Because it says Mib Shinny is tweeting about this. Use a different tag. Oh, but see, and they even counted, I didn't even tweet it, but it was in a tweet that I tweeted. And so they tweeted it.
It's not showing on mine, though. It's not showing as trending anymore.
Yeah, your trend... Well, I think my trends are local. And so maybe it's like for this time zone? I don't even know.
Because it's not trending on worldwide, or it's not showing on my United States trends either.
Oh, God. And Malia said wee when she heard she was going to France. I just had to point that out. It was very stupid. Oh, God. Okay, let me close this window. All right, what time is it? Okay,
let's 11:05. I'm going to have to go pretty soon.
I know. We're going to shut it down. God dang you, Cole. Why weren't you on the podcast? Oh, wait, maybe this is him. Oh, sorry, I couldn't make it. Oh yeah, once he gets situated, he's like, we're gonna do a big podcast and spill all the deets. I'm like, all right, I'm holding you to that. Tyler Posey Q&A on MTV Snapchat. Tyler Posey being his gross usual self. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, did you see his snaps on MTV Snapchat? I haven't checked.
I heard it
but when I saw them earlier, they were
I heard they were ranting, really just out of pocket.
He had no clue what he was saying. He looked a mess.
Yeah.
He was like, he kept saying the wrong thing. He's like, it's starting now. The finale's starting now. And then he just keep redoing it. I don't know. But he looked not good.
And of course, there's the urinal. He loves bathroom art.
Yeah, I haven't seen if he's added any since the ones I watched, but
I can't
the beginning, 6 are not good.
So Cole said, Sticky, for some odd reason, I feel like I've already watched this new season of Teen Wolf before. I mean, Derek being a fugitive and Styles being assigned to his case. I feel like I've read it before 50 times of fanfic. So strange, haha. But also, I cringe at the Tumblr clip I saw. Did they seriously just use S1 footage of Hecklin? He doesn't even look like that anymore. I know. And then they tried to pass it off as new, like he was in North Carolina. Mess City. Seriously, Professor Hugo Dream Daddy had me slapping penguins left and right and bribing kids. I don't know what this means, but Ethan's getting his life. All right. I was wondering for a minute if Mama McCall would be killed. Then I remember they would never hurt poor precious werewolf McJesus. She got that cancer sickness. Something's happening. Something.
But I wonder if that's part of the Scott's biggest fear to lose his mom. So that's gonna be another one of those things that's not real.
Well, that's what I was saying because originally I was talking about altverse. But now that we know we're getting these hallucinations, I'm like, oh, that's probably a part of that instead.
Yeah.
Holland on Instagram. God bless her. And I didn't see all of her story, so I do need to go back through that. But she put a picture of Dylan. And next to it was somebody with busted up nails. And then it was a picture of Hecklin and somebody with busted up nails. And then it said Steric. It was a picture of them together. And then it was this bomb manicure. And I was like, yes, Holland, tell the truth, bae. Although, good and well, Hecklin ain't letting his nails go out like that. But it was wonderful. Let's see. Melissa stands for Shelley, and I just don't get it.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah, I got nothing for her. Quit sending me links to Autography's Twitter because she has me blocked, so I can't see these links. I guess you can see. I mean, I can see them. It
also
is hassle.
We talk about how she doesn't. Well, we're using her for attention or whatever.
Girl, I'm not even gonna give her the time of day. She can go ahead and live in that delusion because, girl, no one cares about her.
If we were trying to get attention from her, we would have used her actual name.
Right. Mm-hmm. Or any way that she would be able to offer us attention. What's saying her name going to do? Oh, it's going to get us more listeners. The only way they would hear us if they were listening. So, mess. Do it, Cole. Dang it. Do it. He said, he's got some Steric deets to spill.
Ooh.
I know, right? So Cobra Lee.
Up at that.
Ha. Cobra Lee says, I've already seen more GIF sets of that Steric scene than I could stomach. And every time I do, I get this feeling of angry, bitter rage. Then you add in all the screen caps of Jeff's digital vomiting. And I'm so done, Sticky. So done. And it's only the first episode. I know. And I'm like, I know. Only 2 more to go. Because that's all you're getting from me. 2 more to go. And it's literally going to be the last 10 minutes of 619. Literally the last 10 minutes. And then, and
that'll be on Tumblr in like half an hour tops.
If that, because I work on Sunday nights from 5 to 9. So it's like, I'm not taking off time for this nonsense. Whew, wait a minute. Gills, I need to learn how to pronounce this. It's something probably very French. Guille obsessions. Guy obsession.
Is it Guille?
Yep.
Yeah, Guy.
All right. Guy obsessions. You got to explain that to me one day, Guy. Wait a minute. Styles called Scott and told him to tell Lydia he misses her. Not quite, but still, that's still a weird thing to put in. That's like my best friend calling me and be like,
the other one, I think it's Guile.
Oh, it's Giles?
That one, Guile Obsessions, yeah.
Yeah, what's Giles?
Guile is like, beguile, like to trick.
But isn't that spelled differently? I don't know.
I don't think so.
We'll see. He'll let
maybe
us.
it is. Maybe it's just like a misspelling.
Oh,
yeah, there's one less L.
Well, I was expecting an S in there too, at the end. And so he didn't have time to call Lydia because he was in his happy place watching Derek's video on repeat, or he was banging Derek for hours and hours. I do enjoy that these asks always devolve into just explicit gay sex. Like either like, oh, Styles spit all that water out. He must have been rinsing his mouth out from all the cum that Derek poured in there from when he was sucking his. You're just like, oh, okay, I'm here. I got you. You got me. I'm paying attention. Yes. Let's be real. Sterek's got more Stydia in this episode. Stydia fandom fans forking over a Scott voice saying he kind of missed Lydia and a full-blown reaction on seeing Derek. They can have all the seats. Lol. So they're looking for a mass murderer in Beacon Hills. Have footage of him from some time ago. They didn't ask questions or consult Sheriff Stilinski, whose son happens to be in their program. Sitting right there, LMAO. But they don't know he's from Beacon Hills. Yeah, they don't know he's from Beacon Hills. Same kill used to wonder. Do you think they have the private property convo? And so that's what I was trying to say is, are they saying this is that old footage, we're just using it to represent Derek, or this is new footage from North Carolina? Either way,
well,
it's terrible.
If you look at, apparently, well, because I just was looking at Paul, what he was answering, because people were calling out that it was season 1 footage, and then they asked about the back double, and he said, I had to check with the man. Back double looked nothing like him, so they went with season 1 footage.
Right.
So apparently they were going to use the back double, but they couldn't find one that looked enough like him, so they went with season 1. So that was not planned to be old footage. That was just, they had nothing else to use, because they're the worst.
But I'm going to say, how hard is that? But I guess. I think it's
well,
the profile.
I mean, they probably called for it pretty last minute because they didn't know they were going to give everyone back till the last minute.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe they didn't have time to get someone. Although they just finished editing the last episode, they clearly could have thrown in that tiny little part in the first one. So.
This is the problem. Jeff's time management has always been awful. And Aphrodite Light had a whole thing on her blog about how Jeff always turned in episodes on time. And I was like, first of all, that's not even true. But second of all, do y'all not remember the entire episode where an entire scene was missing audio? because of their mess up, because they had to rush it so fast. And we were like, oh, are they trying to be artsy? Or, is this a part of it? And then it was like, oh no, we just really got mad.
They just forgot the audio track.
See, Tyler Hoechlin just could not help being extremely homosexual. He just cannot help himself. So he did this
What did he do now?
interview with Stratton, and it was a Stratton cast interview. And he said...
Oh, the boys with toys?
Wait, Ethan, come back. I want you to hear this. He'll be back.
I had to rewind that part because I was like, he did not just say that.
He's so close to coming out, and I feel like he just goes back. I feel like he goes back and forth. But it says, to be in that kind of world for a second, you actually lose sight of what's going on. Adrenaline starts pumping, so it is kind of fun. Boys and toys.
Did you see his face when he said it too?
And like, so happy and so blissful. Did you see
boys and toys?
Did you see where I love the other one where he's like slapping guys on the butt and throwing and catching balls, and it's just a great time. I'm like, oh, Hoechlin, baby.
It's the best.
Oh, sweetheart.
Oh. He just says things, and then you're like, do you hear what you're saying?
Sweet Pam little heart, just adorbs. So gay.
Oh.
Ooh, someone already did a Steric edit of the FBI scene. Oh, I like it. Hello. I'm gonna reblog that. Yeah, I'm instantly reblogging this, and y'all already know what tag is being used. Hexen Effect, GIF set, and Top 5 Gay. My favorite asks ever are when the people write, why do you think Tyler Hoechlin is gay? And then I just link that tag. Here you go.
Here is the multitude of reasons why. We have them listed.
Oh my God. Ethan, did you hear this?
No, I didn't. What's up?
So I just reblogged it. There is a GIF set with Hoechlin doing a Stratton interview.
Yeah.
And evidently they asked him about being on set, and he said, to be in that kind of world for a second, you actually lose sight of what's going on. Adrenaline starts pumping, so it's kind of fun. Boys and toys. I love gay baby. And Ethan, you need to see his face.
Yeah, you gotta
I'm going to send you. I'll put it in Tumblr. I'm gonna send you the GIF set of his little face. Oh wait.
Okay.
Wait, I'm gonna get the Here, I'll just. Oh my God, this boy.
I can't even deal. I'm just looking at it now. I can't.
I love it. He's so wistful. He's so wistful and so happy. Amazing. Is Scott getting a full shift? It's obviously going to be a Chihuahua because he is from Mexico. Maybe a wolf-sized Chihuahua. That would be terrifying. You know he's getting a full shift this season. And it's going to be infuriating. It's going to be infuriating. Let's see. I love that. Boys and toys.
His face when he said, I can't.
And he just don't realize. You know what?
He looks down and has this private smile on his face, like he's thinking of something else completely.
He's thinking of a specific boy and a specific toy.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
Oh.
Oh. Okay. I'm gonna have to go through these tomorrow. I am exhausted. So I'm going to bed. But thank you everyone. Oh. Thank you everyone for coming out. We might have to do a part 2. Someone asked for part 2 of Teen Wolf's messiest moments.
Okay.
And I feel like we do need that. A good part 2 of the messy Teen Wolf moments.
Mm-hmm. Well, we need to get Cole on here. Also, I need to look at that Tumblr thing. I'm sorry, I was talking to my mama.
Oh, yep. No, you're good. So,
Look at his face quick.
So, yes, we are going.
What
Oh, it is Guy. Well, you know what? Guillermo. Okay. He's adorable. He just told me, he was like, it's Guy. He's like, I'm ashamed of you. Don't be ashamed.
Okay.
All right. Say goodnight, Ethan.
Good night, everybody.
Say
and
goodnight.
that face, boys and toys.
I know. And on that note, boys and toys. Say goodnight, Amanda.
Night, guys.
Thanks everyone for coming out. We will do a part 2. I will put this on SoundCloud and iTunes, so don't you fret. As usual, I will be shutting down this link probably in the morning. So, if you need to copy the chat, do it. And otherwise, don't come yelling in my inbox. But all right, it was great to see everyone. I will be in touch about when we're going to do this next. And we do need to also do a fanfic cast, so we'll work it out. All right. Say good night, everybody. Good night.
Good night.